Welcome back to another episode of Insights, where we dive deep into our daily Kabbalah studies. I'm your host Rob, and as always, I'm joined by our fellow host, Matt. How are you today, Matt?
I'm doing great, thank you, Rob. Excited to delve into today's topic. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. And today, we have a fascinating subject that revolves around our personal growth and challenges we encounter along the way. It's entitled, What is He who defiles himself is defiled from above, in the work. Now, this might sound a bit complex, but bear with us because we're going to break it down for you.
That's right. Our first insight highlights the importance of being prepared within our own powers to notice disturbances that come our way. Whether these disturbances come from the side of holiness or from negative forces, we need to be sharp and receptive to receiving them from the side of holiness. It may seem counterintuitive at first, but by shifting our perspective and accepting that everything comes from the Creator, we can establish a different, more beneficial approach.
Absolutely. We often encounter obstacles in our lives, and it's crucial to recognize that our ability to overcome them lies within us. Interestingly, the next insight touches upon the concept of greed and the need to establish barriers within ourselves to prevent our hearts from succumbing to it. When our hearts become greedy, it can hinder our progress and limit our potential. So, we must strike a balance between enjoyment and caution, understanding that there may be hidden dangers ahead.
Well said. And moving on, the third insight reminds us that nothing else other than the Creator can be an obstacle. When we fully comprehend that everything stems from the Creator, we realize that running away from challenges is futile. It's about making choices. How do we choose to respond? Do we choose to acknowledge the Creator's presence even in difficult moments?
Exactly. It brings us to the fourth insight, which touches upon the decision-making process. We have a choice on whether we will use the power of sight or allow ourselves to be influenced by our hearts. It's within our control to establish a strong barrier before our eyes and hearts, enabling us to make conscious choices aligned with spiritual growth.
That's right. And here's something fascinating. The fifth insight emphasizes the importance of constantly working towards connection. Our spiritual progress lies in our ability to connect with others, and through these connections we encounter various trials. However, when we all come together embracing these challenges as opportunities, we can overcome them and advance collectively.
Absolutely. Unity truly is the key to our spiritual growth. And speaking of unity, the next insight highlights the danger of adopting a spirit of folly. It refers to the mindset of dismissing the importance of seeking help from others, thinking that our problems will magically disappear if we ignore them. But in reality, by actively participating in the support and connection of our society, we find strength and solutions.
Indeed. We're now moving on to the seventh insight, which discusses the importance of preparation and active participation in our morning lessons. Coming prepared with questions, clarifying what we understand and what we don't, allows us to align our own reason with the collective reasoning of the group. It's about finding that harmony within ourselves and within society.
Precisely. And as we progress, the eighth insight brings an interesting perspective. It challenges the notion that the world exists solely to give us choices. Rather, it highlights that the world itself is under scrutiny. We must acknowledge that our existence is not solely for personal fulfillment, but rather to bestow and support one another.
That's a powerful realization. Now on to the ninth insight, which acknowledges the difficulty of discerning between necessity and luxury in our lives. Each one of us must introspect, reflecting on our own needs, to make it easier for us to guide our groups and tens towards the right direction. It's about finding that balance and collectively understanding our priorities.
Absolutely, Matt. And finally, the 10th insight affirms the simultaneous pain and joy of our journey. We're living in extraordinary times, facing challenges we never thought we would witness. But through these trials, we have the opportunity to learn and grow. Let's hold on to hope that these experiences will leave a lasting impact in our hearts, motivating us to strive for higher spiritual heights.
Well said, Rob. And that wraps up our discussion for today. We hope you found these insights thought-provoking and inspiring. Remember, our journey towards spiritual growth requires us to actively participate, connect, and find strength in unity with others.
Absolutely, Matt. Thank you all for joining us today on Insights. We'll be back with more enlightening conversations on our daily Kabbalah studies. Until next time, stay curious and keep seeking those insights. Take care. Insights, where spirituality meets practicality. Discover, learn, grow, remember, like, subscribe and share. See you in the next episode.